It is related on the authority of Ali radiallahu anhu that he heard the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam saying, "Beware, a great trial or fitna is to appear." And this saying, Prophet, peace be upon him, is warning Ali about a great fitna that's getting ready to appear. So Ali asked, "What is the way out of that trial, O Prophet of Allah?" Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam replied, "The Book of Allah. In it are instructive narratives of preceding nations and information about things to come. The Quran informs of future consequences and outcomes of deeds, that is, amal, works that you do, and moral conduct to appear in this world and in the hereafter." So at the beginning of this, the statement about a great fitna is going to appear. Now, I understand this is for that time of Ali. And the Prophet ﷺ is giving him, of course, a great fitna did appear, especially with Imam Ali. A great fitna, probably the greatest fitna of that era and according to our history. So what's the way out of that? So the Prophet ﷺ told him, Kitabullah, or the Book of Allah. And in the book are instructions and narratives of preceding peoples. We've read before about situations where there's been statements by the great scholars that it would be as though you were live amongst the people and you saw what helped them and what hurt them, what guided them and what misguided them. So the perspective of the Quran is so clear. Now, it's revealed to human beings, of course, and Allah made the human being, so Allah knows the behavior. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have given the book of guidance, as simple as that. The one that makes the vehicle or the whatever reality it is, a car, airplane, is the one qualified to give you an operator's manual on how to operate it. What it's going to do. You want to get the best mileage out of this vehicle? Here's the way you do it. Right? So this is what the Quran is for us. This hidayah is guidance. But it's also a warning. And it lets us know what has happened to people before. So it's a clear historical document. Now, if we want to get guidance, we can reflect. In studying that Quran, we're going to get the hidayah. And this is what Prophet ﷺ is telling Ali. Instructive narratives of preceding nations and information about things to come. Information about things to come. See, okay, our batting average, if we were playing baseball, it wouldn't be 300 or 350, which is 350 is good, right? If you're batting 350, that's wonderful. Suppose you're batting 900, 950, 975, or something like that. How could you do that? It's because that game you've seen that game before many times. When the pitchers wind up to pitch, the book instructs you when he do that, this is what he gonna throw. I mean, I'm just making an analogy. So you're gonna hit the ball every time because you know where he's gonna throw by his attitude, by his behavior, by the situation that he's in. And then you also know by the environmental circumstances surrounding situations and circumstances. And then we add on to that our own reality here in America. And we also look at the global situation. The things we do and the things we talk about, we've been doing it for years. There's absolutely nothing new coming up. I mean, we make a few new statements every now and then, but basically, where do we get that from? People think, man, them niggas over there, man, I'd hate to roll the dice with them because they already got the dice doing what they want. In other words, when they look at it, it appears to them that we got history doing what we want it to do. That history is playing in our backyard. But that's not the way it is. History is playing in history's backyard, and history is relative to the people that's being related to that history, living in that history, and the human being is made by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so you put them in certain positions, they act basically the same. Right? According to time, place, and circumstance. So when we forecast, now our forecasting on America is, I'm not going to say it's 100% because that's going a little overboard. But if we said 98% accurate, or if batting average is 1,000, right? Batting average is 325, 350. That's based on the score of 1,000. Suppose we bat 980, 985. Constantly. Okay. Now that's what we figure. That's just but what's the magic? The Prophet replied, the book of Allah is instructive narratives of preceding nations and information about things to come. Now, we don't know the future. Only Allah knows what's coming in the future. But Allah give us the patterns. The Quran has given us the patterns. The Hadith has given us the patterns. And the historical process is giving us a pattern of behavior under certain circumstances and according to the information that the people have at the time. The narratives of preceding nations and information about things to come. So the Quran informs of future consequences of deeds, things we do, amal, works, deeds. Therefore, when we forecast something simple, like if we say the U.S. is a downhill runner, Trump is a downhill runner, you run fast downhill. Well, that means that this guy is decline orientated. And he's going to take the nation along with him since he's the president. And he's going to make life so miserable that no one will be able to come after and fix, because of the time, because of the place, because of the historical reality of America in today's world. So everybody else thought Donald Trump was a curse, but he was a blessing. We said what he was going to do the day he got here. Why? Because of his behavior. Why? Because anybody that came in past time, and if they come at this particular time doing what he's doing, what he's going to add to the environmental reality that America is in at this time is destability. He's going to destabilize the country. If America need to make friends, he's going to run all the friends away. In other words, and all the systems and all the safeguards built into the system, he's going to knock them all down, all of them. He ain't going to leave nothing standing. Because that is his particular job at that particular time. Because something in the past has provided that man would come to power at this particular time to do this particular job, and this society would be moving along at the pace that he's going to move and in the direction that he's going to move. So whatever he has to alter and change, Allah going to make it easy for him. The environment is going to make it easy for him. And the people are going to be ready to hear what he got to say, no matter how bombastic and idiot-sized it is, right? Because this is what the Quran is saying, that at a particular time, right? And the Prophet, peace be upon him, is admonishing Ali that there come a time of great fitna. Well, what do we do at that time? Then he goes on to describe some of the fitna. And then he goes on to say, it's Kitabullah, hold on to Book of Allah at that time. Because in it is narrations and narratives about the behavior of people in the past. That is all the recognized history, say going back 5,000 or 6,000 years. This is as far back as we can recognize, a written scriptural history. Right. Okay. Then it goes on to say, the Quran contains verdict about the differences that may arise among you over just and unjust, right and wrong. The verdict of the Quran is decisive and not loose. If a tyrant relinquishes the Quran out of arrogance and rebelliousness, Allah will destroy him. And he who looks for guidance without the Quran will come up on only misguidance. Today we are seeing, okay, we'll move backwards. Y'all ever heard of Brexit? We've all heard of Brexit. So the British said, okay, Brexit means we're going to exit or Brexit, break out of here. We're going to move out of the European Union. Now, basically, they're the ones that came up with the idea way back when. Why? Because Europe was just, they started talking about, they call it the common market in those days, the European common market. And far back as the 60s and what have you, they was talking about it. What it was They had had 2 world wars, and whatever happened, the United States always came out on top. It came into the war late because it was way over there, right? And it became, let's call it, what they call it, the arsenal of democracy. Imagine everybody else in this war is being bombed and attacked. Everybody. But not the United States of America. They don't have to repair railroads. They don't have to do nothing. And therefore, they was able to, and this is in a temperate climate, a nice agricultural climate. All of it grows food. Even way up north,